Microsoft's first-party games being released day and date on Game Pass is a big deal, but if you subscribe to the service, you also know that each new month provides a selection of exclusive indie games as well. Annapurna has been one of the service's biggest indie supporters in recent months. 12 Minutes appeared in August, and now The Artful Escape is September's headliner after multiple years in development hell. This musical side-scroller doesn't clearly fall into a specific genre, so it's the exact kind of game that is a difficult sell on its own, but should work great in the sample-heavy atmosphere of Game Pass. Does logic apply to this game that almost defies description? Let's find out if The Artful Escape is a Game Pass or a game fail.
No time to gab, you're on!
You are Francis, the nephew of a famous folk musician. It's the eve of your first performance, and everyone expects you to follow in your uncle's footsteps, but something just isn't clicking.
You will play songs exclusively from the personal repertoire of your uncle, or you will misplace teeth.
As you prepare to escape your uncle's shadow, aliens crash nearby, and an intergalactic musician named Lightman asks you to become his supporting act. Francis and his magical guitar end up on an interstellar journey through the cosmos to try and find his own identity.
Everyone takes their own road across the cosmic extraordinary.
The story of The Artful Escape is unique no matter which entertainment medium you consider, and it's engaging through its entire 4-hour runtime. We've played the entire game in just one sitting. Its messaging is important, even if things wrap up a bit too neatly for such a complex situation.
Have you considered becoming someone else entirely?
There are a lot of narrative choices to make, and while some help shape the story, the main narrative never changes. Every piece of the script is fully voiced, which helps sink you into its bizarre world filled with fascinating characters.
Sorry, what's the Heliotrons?
Ah, Francis! Knew you'd probably make it.
And make no mistake, the world is extraordinary. The sights are imaginative, while the visuals are stunningly colorful. The music is also outstanding, as you would hope for a game where musical performances drive the narrative.
See a blonde-haired boy, he be playing in the fields.
You shred the guitar as you jaunt through the world, and the world reacts to your play. There are multiple sections where you can improvise licks that lay over top the main melody. It's a world you won't soon forget. With all the focus on the world, the gameplay does take a backseat, though even that doesn't have many equivalents. If you're looking for its closest analog, it's a side-scrolling platformer. As you run through the environment, you must dodge occasional platform gaps. That's not to say it's actually challenging. Just holding right and pressing the jump button as a gap approaches is generally enough to proceed. Even when the level design becomes a bit more complex, there's a double jump, a hover ability, and floaty physics to provide plenty of margin for error. Even when you do fall through a gap, you respawn on the previous platform penalty-free. The other major gameplay element is the jam session, which doubles as the game's boss fights. Here it follows the traditional music and rhythm template established in games like Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution. You play along on your guitar by inputting short sequences of button presses in a call and response style, with no timing required. Jam sessions also pose little challenge. There are just 5 buttons to press. The sequences aren't long, and if you fail, you simply try again. It's more engaging than the platforming sections, but not by much. Unsurprisingly, it's hard to find other games on Game Pass to compare to The Artful Escape. Faye is another music-driven platformer with a wondrous world, but the plot is subdued. Tetris Effect has a similar amount of music-driven spectacle, though it trades plot for a great puzzle-driven play. Psychonauts and its sequels certainly include the requisite amount of imagination, and both are nominally platformers, but otherwise they are entirely different games. Rhythm Fighter Double Kick Heroes and the musical RPG Eichenfell just left Game Pass in the last few weeks, which leaves The Artful Escape as the last music and rhythm game standing. Now it's time to find out, is The Artful Escape a Game Pass or a game fail?
Curtains are approaching. Any questions?
The Artful Escape is exactly what Game Pass is designed for. It's a quirky, relatively short game that may struggle to find an audience on its own, but on Microsoft's service, it's a no-brainer to try. It's a stunning experience that you can easily play in a night, and there's little reason to replay it. $20 for 4 hours of entertainment is a tough sell on the open market, but here it only takes a few minutes to download. The gameplay is almost non-existent, but its absence won't matter when you're firing off riffs and bounding through its fanciful worlds. Increased difficulty would also hurt the experience, as its dazzling worlds lose their impact after a dozen tries. If you have any interest in games that attempt to push the boundaries of the medium, go play it right now. The Artful Escape gets a Game Pass. Next time, we'll take a look at Sea of Thieves.